they don't know that they're learning, but they are, which is
the best way.
The best way of learning. My name's Carly Hines.
And I'm Libby Jarrett.
And we work at Sandfield Park School in Liverpool, which is a small secondary SEND school. I'm a teacher and I am in charge of the communication pupils.
And my role is as communication assistant, so I help support one-to-one interventions, AAC interventions.
Teaching a diverse range of pupils within the same class obviously comes with its challenges. Having some children who need some support with their communication, having some children who need support with their sensory needs, their emotional well-being, or their communication needs, obviously poses challenges for teachers on the day-to-day running of things.
We've been using HelpKidzLearn Games and Activities now for about 4 years. We had a pupil in particular who we knew required switch access for their communication system, but they, at that time, they hadn't developed the necessary skills with which to do this. So we were looking for a way that we can help them develop those skills, but in a low threat, highly engaging and fun way. And so using the games and activities then, we started on that journey.
We wanted something that had some elements of errorless learning. We wanted something that was going to be fun and motivating and engaging, where you could play for 30 seconds or you could play for 30 minutes. LSA involvement initially starts during those one-to-one sessions with the individuals in a room with a closed door, a nice, quiet, calm learning environment, with just them, their learning support assistant and Libby. But we are aware that that's not the way that the world works, and we're aware that life is busy, life is loud, things happen, doors open and close, etc. So what we wanted to do was to build the activities and the interventions that pupils were doing in the AAC room with Libby into their daily routines in the classroom, so that they were starting to work in maybe a little bit more of a loud environment, maybe there was a few more distractions. So we've put the profiles onto each child's individual laptop and they have access to them in their classroom, so that they are now part of their daily routine and part of the interventions that they are put in place within the classroom.
On the beginning of a journey, really looking at cause and effect, and so when we've been playing those games and activities, and just when you see on a pupil's face that moment when they realise that they've touched their switch and then something is happening in that game, and you can see that realisation that they have made that happen, and that control that they can have over their immediate environment, which is very special.
So one of our magical moments that happened only last month was one of the pupils in my class was able to mix the contents of his cottage pie, which were all individual elements that we'd built up over the course of a number of weeks. He was able to mix them all together using a stand mixer, using his switches. So he activated and then turned off the stand mixer so that the cottage pie mixture was all mixed together. And playing those games means that there's no right or wrong answer. It's not a test, and they are unconsciously developing automaticity using the switches.
And the settings as well, very straightforward and easy to use. And so within the programme itself, you can set up all of those different profiles for each separate pupil that you work with. And that profile will have details of their specific access method.
On a management day-to-day organisation of a school, having those different profiles has saved so much work. We assumed that you would create an account for you, and that then you'd have to change each individual child's settings each time you logged in as you. But being able to create a profile and just being able to log onto that child's profile and have all of their settings saved individually, and that being used across the school within Libby's room or in their own classroom, was a game changer when we realised, because it makes life so much easier.